Now, another tragic incident last night. Armenia has failed to stop attacking civilians. What's the situation from now where you are in the Azerbaijani capital?
The situation remains very tense, as you see. Armenia is continuing targeting civilians, which have nothing to do with the battlefield, as I told before you. And what is very tragic, what is very dangerous is that Armenia is not stopping. And I must say that Armenia's armed forces are not the groups or some organizations, but the armed forces of this country is attacking Azerbaijani civilians, which means that Armenia pursues a terrorist policy. So it has no any other definition. As you see tonight, in the early hours of the October the 17th, Armenian armed forces purposefully targeted civilians, and they could kill certain people there. And there are women, there are children, there are people who have nothing to do with the battle. They are not military. And also, I must say that Armenia targeted actually the civilian facilities and not military facilities. And this actually directly shows that Armenia is staging a terror organization, a terror scene in the South Caucasus, and it will not stop. And unfortunately, the international organizations and also the leading countries of the world have not responded to this terror attack by Armenia. We are speaking about injuries to tens of people. Actually, since the very beginning of Armenia's attacks on the Azerbaijani military positions, September the 27th, Armenia killed almost more than 50 civilians and more than 200 people injured as a result of these attacks. I think the international community, the leading countries of the world, should assume that this is Armenia's very ambitious plan to create a source of terror in the region, to attract terrorists to the region, and to create a center of threat to the neighboring countries. As soon as the neighboring countries, the international communities, the leading countries of the world realize it, I think it will be better to stand this
Sevil,
threat.
just to intervene there, I want to ask you about the international community and the condemnation or the lack of condemnation there. But just before that, you said that Armenia is staging a terror organization by continued indiscriminate attacks against civilians. And Azerbaijan is not responding at the same level. They're not returning the same, if you will. Is Armenia trying to provoke Azerbaijan here? What are they trying to achieve? Because this is going beyond Nagorno-Karabakh now.
Absolutely, you're right. Armenia has actually several objects by attacking the civilians in Azerbaijan. And first of all, they want to provoke Azerbaijan to retaliate, to respond to these attacks, and to target civilians in Armenia as well. But as Mr. President today, in his appeal to the nation, said, Azerbaijan has never targeted civilians and will never target civilians in Azerbaijan or any other country. And these attacks will be responded in the battlefield. Azerbaijan will respond to such terror killings and to such attacks on its civilians by killing and by annihilating the military facilities of the enemy in the battlefield. So we have an only target, we have an only purpose. We will liberate our territories from Armenian occupation, and nothing can stop us. And Armenians actually will to provoke a source of horror among people, to threaten them, to make them to drive out from their territories, will have no result, and I think that people, as they were staying there, they will further stay there in their lands, because this is an Azerbaijani land, as Armenia's again attempt to attract other countries to this. I think this is very primitive, this is very banal purpose to, by this way, to attract, to provoke Azerbaijan to retaliate, to respond, and then to attract other countries to the war. I think the war will continue between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Azerbaijani armed forces actually are capable to liberate these lands and are capable to drive out the occupants from its territory.